to have children, and we see how like one Kashyapa married Aditi. Kashyapa married many other daughters also, and uh, Kashyapa Prajapati, with the daughters of Daksha, he had many children, and that's how, the serpents, the amphibians, the horses, the animals with hooves, all that came into being from that line. So we see how, Kashyapa Prajapati is taking the service of populating the world with the different species. All that happened from Daksha's daughters that that Kashyapa married. Actually, there were 60 daughters, like Santoshi told us, and the 60 daughters, 10 of the daughters got married to Yamaraj, 17 daughters were married to Kashyapa, 27 daughters were married to the moon god, two daughters each to Angira, Rishaswa, and Bhuta. So now we are coming to the topic where Kashyapa and Aditi, that's where all the devatas came into being. Right. Um, so Indra, Chandra, so that's why they're called Adityas, because they are the sons of Aditi and Kashyapa. So out of them also came a son called Twashta. So we're going to discuss a little more about Twashta today. So this is how the chapter ended, where Sukadeva Goswami is telling Parikshit Maharaj about Twashta, who had a son with Rajana. This is the next generation. Twashta is the son of Kashyapa and Aditi, and Twashta had a son called Vishwarupa. And Vishwarupa became the spiritual master or guru or priest of the Devatas. That was a little confusing for for Parikshit Maharaj. He asked how, because actually the guru for the Devatas is Brahaspati. So how did Vishwarupa become the guru? So that's where Sukadeva Goswami starts explaining what happened. So this is how the seventh chapter starts. It talks about how Indra offended a spiritual master. So let's start with that. So Indra, he's the master or leader of the demigods or the devatas. So and it is in the heavenly planets, right? And so in the heavenly planets, the main nature of the heavenly planets is there's a lot of opportunity for enjoyment with opulences. So the beautiful palaces, there are beautiful dancers, singers. It's like a big party going on. And so Indra was sitting on the big throne, and all of them were entertaining him, and he was taking all pleasure in that in the activities going on. And that's when his spiritual master Brahaspati came there. The Indra noticed him, but because he was really indulging in this entertainment, he didn't care so much for his guru. Like typically, what he should have done was to stand up, respect his guru, usher him to a seat, and give him all respects. But Indra continued to sit and just watch the activities happening. And when when Brahaspati saw that nobody cared for him coming to that assembly, he just walked out because a great Vaishnava, he doesn't want to, you know, he thinks that he doesn't want to create any problem. So even though he came there with a spiritual intent to give his association to all these devatas, they didn't care for him. So he just left quietly, and And then suddenly Indra, when his spiritual master or guru left the assembly, is when he realized, oh, what a shameful thing that have I done. I'm not being really, drowned in materialism. I just forgot the greatest person coming to my room, my spiritual guru, and I didn't care for him. And he was repenting. He was genuinely repenting for his mistake. However, he couldn't find um, Brahaspati anywhere. So Brahaspati knows about the future. So he just left the assembly, and he, with his powers, mystical powers, he made himself invisible to anybody. So Indra did the searching in all the three worlds, but couldn't find Brahaspati. So he was lamenting, and in a state of repentance. So there are some kind of offenses we can't really take back. So this is what we can learn from this. So we should always be guarded against being too indulgent in certain things, and we forget our very important responsibility, our primary responsibility, like respecting our spiritual master. So we can't take back that offense. So Indra was living in great repentance, and because he offended a spiritual master, all his powers and opulences started to dwindle. So all those things that he was taking pleasure of, when you lose one or Krishna, everything is zero, right? So only when Krishna comes, all the zeros will get meaning. All the zeros to the right will get meaning if you add Krishna at the beginning. So similarly, Guru is a representative of Krishna, and when Guru left, all the opulences he had started to dwindle and become what they actually are. They are just zeros. So at this point, the asuras, or the demons, who are um, the opposite clan of the devatas. So devatas actually are focused on sattva, or good activities, and they are theists, or they believe in God and they have faith in God. Asuras are those who are in tamogun, who are in ignorance. They don't care so much for God. So they actually were they also the asuras had a spiritual master called Sukracharya, um, but they always followed Sukracharya. So though they were in ignorance, they always followed their guru. So they had higher powers now. So Shukracharya, so these asuras, they came and attacked the devatas and took over all their riches and their kingdom, and the devatas were left without anything. So um, so that's what happened. And Indra says the same thing. Like when he was repenting, he was saying, he was comparing himself to a stone boat, because all the devatas, they follow the leader, and if the leader himself doesn't respect his guru, it's like everybody is getting on a stone boat, and we know what happens to a stone boat. It'll sink. So if we follow the wrong leader, we'll all be led to destruction. So it's very important that we find the right guru and the right philosophy to follow in our life. So so we see how Indra lost all his opulences because of his offense. And then Indra and the demigods went to Brahma. They approached Brahma, and Brahma pacified them, and said, "All this is happening because you offended your guru. Um, and due to your madness of material opulence, you acted in a very disobedient way. Um, So you were defeated by the demons because of your misbehavior. Demons gain their power because they always are obedient to their guru or Shukracharya. Um, So though they are in Tamogun because they followed this very important instruction of following the Guru, they are now more powerful than the Devatas. Yeah. So then Brahma told them a way that they can get back their opulences and their kingdom, and that the what he said was Twashta. We just discussed about Twashta was the son of Kashyapa and Aditi, and Twashta had a son Vishwarupa. So Vishwarupa is a great Brahmin. Now Twashta's wife is actually Daitya or from a demon lineage. So though he is considered like in the line of the asuras, Vishwarupa is still a great Brahmana. You should make him your guru, and he will give you all um, the methods to get your kingdom back. So this compared to the Devatas, this Vishwarupa is younger, right? Because Twashta is the son of Adityas, but Twashta's son is Vishwarupa. So, uh, and Twashta is the same generation as Indra and all that. So now they have been asked to go approach Vishwarupa, who is the next generation. So we can see that Vishwarupa, though he's young, he is very knowledgeable in the scriptures, and he follows a very spiritual life. So what we can see is age doesn't matter. If a person who's more advanced than you should respect that person, and if he's able to give you the nice instructions, you can even accept him as your guru, even though he's younger than you. So that's what we see when the demigods accepted Vishwarupa. So Vishwarupa is actually a person with three heads. We'll discuss that a little later. And he, uh, being a good Brahmana, he when he was approached by the Devatas, he accepted. He first said, "Oh, actually, being a priest is not the best thing to do um, for your spiritual advancement. But since all of you are like my parents, you're asking me, I will take the job." And so he became the guru of the Devatas or the priest of the Devatas. So, then Vishwarupa knew a very secret and very powerful mantra called the Narayana Kavacha. So this is something that Vishwarupa had learned from his father, Twashta, and Twashta had learned this from another guru known as Dadichi. And Dadichi we'll discuss a little later, but just keep um, this name in your mind, Dadichi. He's a very important person, and we'll see why. So, um, uh, Vishwarupa knew this great powerful mantra called Narayana Kavacha. Narayana, we know, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayana, Hari, or Krishna, and Kavacha means shield. So just like the material shield a fighter use for shielding themselves from the blows of a sword, this Narayana Kavacha can protect anybody from any calamity. So this was known to Vishwarupa, and he gave the secret hymn to Indra. So then there's the next chapter is actually the eighth chapter of sixth canto explains more about the Narayana Kavacha, how it is begging for protection from the Supreme Lord. Um, so as soon as a devotee is this is a conversation happening between Parikshit Maharaj and Sukadev Goswami. So when Parikshit heard about Narayana Kavacha, he was very interested. So he wanted to know more about it. So that's when Sukadeva Goswami explains more about this Narayana Kavacha. So this mantra Om Namo Narayanaya, there are 8 syllables. It's like the eight limbs, and it provides protection. Each syllable is very important, and if you chant this mantra, you'll get protection from any harm. So there's a lot of explanation on how the protection is. I'll quickly read it from this book. So protection first, Narayana Kavacha talks about the different incarnations of the Lord. So Matsya will protect you from water and fierce animals in the water. Vamana, this is all different forms of the Lord, right? Matsya avatar, Vamana avatar will protect you in the land. Vishwarupa or Trivikrama will protect you in the sky. Narasimha Deva will protect you in the battlefield and forest. Varahadev will protect you in the streets. Parashurama will protect you on top of mountains. Ramachandra will protect you in foreign countries. Narayana will protect you from false religious systems. And Nara will protect you from unnecessary pride. Dattatreya will protect you from uh, losing bhakti. Kapila will protect you from fruitive activities. Sanat Kumara from lusty desires. Hayagriva from neglecting your respect for the Lord. Narada will protect you from committing offenses while worshipping the deity. Kurma or the tortoise will protect you from unlimited hellish planets. Dhanvantari will protect you from bad eatables and physical illnesses. Rishabhadev will protect you from fear. Yagya will protect you from defamation. Balarama will protect you from injuries caused by others. Shesha will protect you from poisonous serpents.
Yeah, but
Vyasadeva, sorry?
we can't see the names of the people from.
Yeah. Actually, the slide doesn't have it. I just took notes of that. So I'm not going to quiz you on that. I'm just telling you how detailed this this Narayana Kavacha is and how it's asking for protection. So it only has the title in the slide that says protection from by various incarnations, and I'm reading you the incarnations so that all you need to understand is first part of the prayer on Narayana Kavacha is asking for protection from the different incarnations of the Lord. If you're interested, I will send you a screenshot later of all the different incarnations that I'm quickly reading. Um, uh, Vyasadeva will protect you from the absence of Vedic knowledge. Buddha will protect you from uh, laziness, and Kalki will protect you from the dirt in Kali Yuga. So then we come to the second part of the Narayana Kavacha. It's about protecting from different parts of the day. So Keshava with his Gada will protect you on the first part of the day. Govinda playing the flute will protect you on the second part of the day. Narayana with his potencies will protect you from third part. Vishnu with his disc will protect you at noon, or it's called the fourth part of the day. Madhusudana with his bow will protect you in the afternoon. Madhava will protect you in the evening. Rishikesha will protect you at night. Padmanabha will protect you at the dead of night. Srivatsa Dham, um, this is the spot the Lord has of Mahalakshmi on his chest. That will protect you at midnight until the the sky starts getting pinkish. Janardana will protect you at the end of the night. Damodara will protect you early morning, and Vishweshwara will protect you at twilight. So these are all part of the prayers. and it's very detailed, so that's why I'm not going into detail. I'm quickly reading them. And then the third part is about protection by the Lord's weapon. So you can see how, this is all different forms of Krishna, and the protecting, um, that gives protection to a person who says the secret prayer. The weapon or Sudarshana chakra, that gives protection. The club or the Lord's Gadha will give protection. His conch shell gives protection. Mm. His sword gives protection, and his shield also gives protection. So the five weapons are mentioned that gives protection. Um, and then it is discussed about the different attributes of the Lord that gives protection, or the energies. So, what glorification of the Lord's name will give protection? Garuda will give protection. Vishwaksena will give protection. Um, Name, form, carriers, weapons of his personal associates gives protection. Um, and the Lord being omnipresent, he's present everywhere, that gives protection. And the Lord being omniscient, or the Lord understands everything or knows everything, that gives protection. So this is called the Narayana Kavacha. And when you chant this Narayana Kavacha, it gives you all protections. And actually, when Vishwarupa gave this secret prayer to Indra and the Devatas, they actually regained their kingdoms, and um, they got all their opulences back. So this is how Indra um, gained victory over the demons by the prayer given by Vishwarupa. So then what happened was, um, Vishwarupa was uttering, as he was uttering the prayers, he um, he also gives obeisances to the demons. And why? Because Vishwarupa, his mother is from the Daitya. So he was uttering some prayers to protect the demons as well. And Indra heard that, and Indra, uh, being very envious, he immediately kills Vishwarupa, who is actually now their guru. So he does more offense. Um, so now he regained his kingdom, but when he heard Vishwarupa giving prayers to his demon line coming from his mother's side, he um, he was he was very annoyed. And Vishwarupa had three heads. One, he used to drink somaras with it, um, and the second was to eat food, and the third was to drink wine. And while he was giving oblations to the demons, his relatives, um, Indra got really angry and cut off his three heads. Um, and then it said the three heads actually became three birds. That is the partridge, the sparrow, um, the two types of partridges. So and then when Indra killed, he was repenting for his Brahmahatya. Brahmahatya means killing a Brahman for 1 year. And then to neutralize the reaction, he shared the bad karma he did with the earth, trees, women, and water. So it was said that the earth got ditches because of this reaction of this killing of Vishwarupa. So that's why there are many deserts on the surface. Um, but then the ditches would there's benedictions and reactions with this. So but the ditches will be filled automatically, and then the trees, they would lose sap is due to the bad reaction. Um, and but it is said that if a branch is cut, it can regrow for trees. And women, that's how the women have to go through a few days of menstrual cycle that started because of this reaction. Um, and then water, it'll have bubbles and foams. Also was discuss was one of the reactions of that. Um, that but wa water would have water would be able to increase the volume of other substances. That was the benediction also. So this all this happened. Again, these are just details of the curse and the sharing of the not the curse, but the bad reaction of killing Vishwarupa and how it was shared with other entities by Indra. Um, and then Twashta, the father of Vishwarupa, who was very angry that his son was killed by Indra. So he was praying, he was doing a yagya to get a son who would kill Indra. So he was on the sacrificial fire. He was uttering his hymns, and then instead of saying somehow there's a mispronunciation. He was saying his mantra longer, which meant that he would get a son who would be killed by Indra, not a person who can kill Indra. So we can see how, if you are doing pious activities to hurt someone or to take revenge, how easily it can turn on yourself. So he was praying for a demon to come and kill Indra, but then actually his prayer um, gave him a son who would be killed by Indra. But you can contrast that with our transcendental chanting of the holy names of the Lord. If you chant the name in attention or without attention, if you don't pronounce the Krishna, Hare, Rama properly, it would still give you benefit. But when you do something to harm somebody, the reactions, you don't know what really is going to happen because your intention is wrong. So that's what happened to Twashta's prayer. This whole demon came out of the um, Yagya Kund, or the sacrificial fire, and he was ready. He was very, very ghastly demon, but ultimately he would be killed by Indra is what would happen. Though Twashta thought, oh, I've got a demon son who is going to kill my enemy Indra, who killed my son Vishwarupa. And this demon with copper colored hair, mustache, beard, and the black body, and Vritra itself means covering. So he was so big that he covered almost the whole planetary system, and he looked very, very ghastly. And so Vrtrasura went, and then all the demigods, devatas, they took out their weapons when they saw this demon coming towards them. But then Vrtrasura was so powerful, he just swallowed all the weapons, and the devatas again lost all their position as the leaders of the world, and they were reduced to nothing. And now Vrtrasura ensured that the demons began to rule the entire cosmos. Um, so, uh, so then the Devatas again, earlier they went to Brahma, who told them to go to Vishwarupa, and now they are going to the Supreme Lord himself, Lord Narayan. They decided that now enough is enough. Let's go to the Supreme Lord and find out what we should do. We have lost everything. We're back to square one. Um, So, so then they are praising the Lord with nice prayers, and and one of the prayers is like a person who wants protection, but who does not go to God for protection or pray to God. It's like trying to cross the big, large ocean by holding on to the tail of a dog. the dog is not very powerful. The dog cannot carry you across the ocean. So you actually need to hold on to God, not dog, to cross the ocean. So they're making nice analogies and making nice prayers, and they are praising the Lord of how, as his Malsya avatar, um, he had pulled a big boat of devotees to safety. So they're bringing up all these nice pastimes of the Lord, and they're praising the Lord so that they can get the Lord's mercy. And they also mention how, we already discussed how Brahma, when Brahma was born from the lotus flower, he didn't know what to do, and then the Lord gave him his mercy and told him to do austerities. So they're remembering all those nice pastimes and telling and praising the Lord. And the Lord is present with each and every one of us. Even our soul is present in this body of our in the area of our heart. And not only is the jiva there, but also the soul, jiva or the soul, the super soul is also there. So the Lord in the form of super soul is present with each and every one of us, and each and every one of us have a special service we can do to the Lord. So He's with us. So there are nice prayers that the Devatas gave, and then the Lord appeared in front of them, and gave them His mercy. And after all these prayers, they then asked for this material boon of killing Vrtrasura. So the Lord was a little annoyed that they were asking for something material. They were not asking for the greatest gift God can give, that is love for God or bhakti, but they were asking for something, a material benefit, to kill Vrtrasura, who had taken all their kingdom. Um, so the Lord provides instructions or help for any of the devotees' desires. But just like Prahlad Maharaj said, um, like if you ask the Lord for anything material, it's like asking for a piece of glass when He can give you a diamond. So um, so the Lord does satisfy the devotee. So the Lord told them, okay, you can go to a person called Dadichi. Remember, I told you that there's a great sage named Dadishi who had actually taught this Narayana Kavacha to Twashta, and Twashta passed it on to um, passed it on to this Vishwarupa, who got killed by Indra, right? So actually that came from a great sage called Dadichi. So he says you should go to Dadichi and ask for his bones. So now you can see how the great devotee of the Lord is willing to give up his body for this pastime. So the demigods were told, go to Dadichi, and Dadichi will just give up his body, and well, you can take the bones from his body and give it to Vishwakarma, and Vishwakarma will make a thunderbolt for you, and with that thunderbolt you can defeat Vrtrasura, or Vrtra, who had taken over the whole um, uh, their kingdoms. Okay. Um, so any questions so far in the story? Else we can go to the Kahoot. We have 8 minutes to quickly complete the Kahoot. Um, anything anybody want to say? Any part you didn't understand from the story? And next class we'll discuss about the war with Indra and Vrtrasura. And then the class after we'll discuss about who this Vrtrasura actually is. Vrtrasura is actually a devotee of the Lord. And the Lord also says Vrtrasura won't hurt you, because he is a great devotee himself. Though he has a demon body, he's actually a devotee. So all that in future classes. Okay. Um, so let's go to the Kahoot. Karthik Mataji, you had asked a question. I don't know, she has left the class, but let's start the Kahoot. Okay, the pin is 764351. Okay, we have Tarunji, Santoshji, Nitinji. So let's start. Okay, who was Indra's guru that was offended by him when he came to the royal assembly? Very good. All of you answered Brahaspati. Amazing. Sukracharya is the guru of the demons. Okay, next question. Followers of a leader who does not respect his guru is compared to a wet blanket, mad elephant, poisonous snake, or a stone boat. Yes, all of you are listening so good. You answered that correctly, all of you. Amazing. Okay, third question. Indra was able to search and find Brahaspati to beg for forgiveness for his offense of neglecting him. True or false? False is the right answer. If you remember, Brahaspati using his mystic powers hid himself. So that's why they had to go find a new guru. Remember? Even okay. Who defeated the Devas due to Indra's offense to his guru? Asuras demon, Krishna, common man, Mother Earth. Yeah, Asuras or demons defeated Indra and the Devatas because they were following their guru. Okay. Who did Brahma want the Devatas to accept as their guru in absence of Brahaspati? Tvashta, Kashyapa, Vishwarupa, Vrtrasura. Yes, Vishwarupa, the three-headed Vishwarupa. Okay. Sixth question. Accepting a guru who is younger but with advanced spiritual knowledge is appropriate. True or false? Yes, it's true. The age doesn't matter. It is how much bhakti you have, or how much the guru is following the spiritual practice, which is more important. Okay. What was the secret prayer Vishwarupa taught Indra for protection and to defeat the demons? Hamsa Guhya, Sahasranamam, Purusha Sukta, Narayana Kavacha. Yes, Narayana Kavacha is the right answer. It's the Narayana shield. Eighth question. How many heads does Vishwarupa have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, 3 heads. Okay. Who prayed for a son to kill Indra? Twashta, Brahma, Manu, Kashyapa. Yes, Twashta's son Vishwarupa was killed by Indra, so he was praying for a son to kill Indra. Who is compared to a person crossing the ocean by holding on to a dog tail? A proud person, brave person, person seeking protection but not to God, envious person. Yes, it is a person seeking protection. So he wants protection. So he's not that proud, right? Because he knows he needs protection. But he's going for protection in the wrong place. That person is called crossing the ocean by holding on to a dog tail.
Yeah, I misclicked it. I was supposed to hit the yellow, but I hit the red.
Oh, that's okay. All right. So you know the answer. That's what's more important. Okay. right? 11th question. Who did the Devas approach when their weapon and possessions were taken away by Vrtrasura? Supreme Lord Narayana, Ganesha, Shiva, Kartikeya. Yes, they went to the Lord. Who is the right place to go to? Just like Dhruva went. Okay. The Lord was pleased with the Devatas asking for material benefits. True or false? False. Actually, the Lord is not happy when we are asking Him for material things. Oh, give me a car, Lord. Give me a house, Lord. He would be the happiest if He asked, "Oh, Krishna, please give me love for you. Make me a good devotee." That would please the Lord the most. Okay. Where did the Lord instruct the Devatas to get bones to develop the thunderbolt to kill Vrtrasura? Twashta, Vishwarupa, Dadichi, Vishwakarma. Yeah, it's actually Dadichi. Dadichi Rishi is a very exalted person. Okay. Last question for the day. Who would create a thunderbolt from the bones of Dadichi? Vishwakarma, Narada, Shambhu, Yama. Yes, Vishwakarma, the celestial architect, said, Lord told the Devatas, he will, if you give him the bones of Dadichi, he'll create a thunderbolt for you. Okay, we finished 3 chapters today, and Tarunji is in 3rd place. Congratulations. 2nd place goes to Nitinji, and 1st place goes to Santoshi. Oh, you have just, 22 points more than your brother. Very close today, but all of you are winners. So don't worry about the points. It's just, for your entertainment. But you have all learned a lot today. I'm so happy to be in your association because
Hare Krishna.
I'm learning too. Hare Krishna, Dandot Pranam,
Guruji.
Vanchakalpa Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha. See you all next week. Hare Krishna.